So pretty interesting conference call that we had today on business exits. So what was your big takeaway?
Oh gosh, I think it seems like business owners are doing a much better job these days than a decade ago of starting to plan and think about how to exit, which I think is great. And it seems like a lot of owners are going to be transitioning here in the next 10 years.
Yeah, the dollar value was pretty massive, $14 trillion. I think that's interesting. And the fact that a lot of them seem to be getting better prepared. But that's through a survey. So I'm wondering, are they better prepared? Or are they answering they're better prepared? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree, because there is a little bit of that bias there when you're taking a survey. You want to have the right answer, but I think that a little bit of it could just be what's going on. I mean, we have better access to information these days, so I'm hoping that the owners are actually a little bit more prepared than they were in the past. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I generally kind of think that that's true, that by what's being prepared. When someone says I'm prepared, yeah, I know about an exit. When I start a company, I know I'm going to start this company. I will leave it, either voluntarily or otherwise. And how do I get there? But are the details covered? Is the estate plan covered? Is a transition plan covered in case it comes early? There's there's an event that it comes early. And when people get involved with the exit process and who to get involved with. I think those are the big details that business owners and anybody looking to exit out of a position in a company has to get right in order for their transition to make sense.
I agree.
Yeah, I think we're also seeing a kind of a split in where these business owners are getting their advice from in terms of, I mean, I think, what do you think? 10 years ago, where did people get their advice?
Well, outside of their spouse or their group of friends, I think their accountant was a big one.
Yeah.
These days, attorneys and advisors, it looks like, according to the survey, are making the list. So it's nice to see.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting change, because each one of these has a different function. Attorneys have a legal function. CPAs have an accounting function. Really, the planner is, which is why we think it's so important, because it's involved in not just the beginning, but the beginning, the preparation, the beginning, the middle, and the way afterwards. I mean, it's the advisor that then has to live with the decision and live with the advice that they worked with the client on. I mean, there's no do-overs. You can't wait and go, hey, can we start over again? I messed up.
Been building the business 20 years. Let's have a do-over.
Let's have a do-over. So getting that right, and then getting the integration of all of those advisors, the accountants and the attorneys and the M&A guys and the estate planning attorneys, all those people involved, and making sure that everybody's working hand in glove and making sure that there's a good transition. I thought that was some interesting takeaways. So hopefully, we're going to do our best to get all that information out. So, I think this is a really good topic for business owners going into the future.
I agree.